Normally in our training videos, we actually take one or maybe two functions and explain them in detail how they particularly work. But this video is a little bit different. I've packaged together a whole host of functions to demonstrate how they can be used together in Excel. It is quite complex, so I'll go through them quite briefly and basically. And if you do want to understand more, please feel free to get in contact with us. Here we have a workbook which has two sheets: control box filtering and months. Let's look at the simpler worksheet first of all, called months. And here we have a list of months in cells A2 down to A13. We'll come back to this cell A1 shortly. Let's now look at control box filtering worksheet. So first of all, how does the actual worksheet work? Here we have what's called a control form with a combo box. If we click on the combo box, we can see the 12 months being displayed, a little bit like you might see in list data validation. We're going to choose, for example, June, and what happens is the list of people are just shown for those who start in the month June. Now, there's a whole host of activity going on here for this to work. But as you can also see, there's a clear filter macro to get back to base. So let's do that first of all. First of all, the control combo box. This is gained from the developer tab. And on the developer tab, in the ribbon, there are a number of form controls. Buttons, which we've used for the macro clear filter, and indeed a combo box called a form control. So what we've done here is we're allowing a drop down form control for the user to take one from several entries, in this case 12 months, which as you've just seen is on the months worksheet. In clicking onto one, because the control combo box is assigned to a macro, it runs a macro which performs some advanced filtering, only picking the ones for August, and it shows it on the screen. A bit more detail. And so, the combo box. If we have a look at the format control itself, there are really only three properties here. One is the input range. In other words, what is the cell selection for one of 12 months? You can see there months A2 to A13, Jan through to December. There's a really important field there called cell link, and that will give the number of the month selected. For example, Jan is 1, December's 12, Feb is 2. And there are 12 drop down entries, as you've just seen, in the combo box. So that's fairly straightforward in terms of the format control. So having drawn out the actual combo box itself from Insert Developer, we fill in the fields. Okay, now a bit more information. We now have a really important formula which you may or may not have come across, and this is called the choose formula. Now the choose formula, if we go into the FX wizard, has at least two arguments. There we have a month index number, as you've just seen, 1, 2, 3, all the way up to 12, which is months A1, and then a selection of months. Jan is A2, Feb is A3, March is A4, etc. So that's the choose formula. Now, have a look at cell D2, which is simply picking up the contents of B4. Now, for the combo drop down to work, it has to be assigned to a macro. So let's see how we did that. Assign macro. The macro is called month filter. If we go into edit mode, you can see there the VBA script, and the advanced filter is picking up a criteria range of D1 to D2. We'll come across that shortly, for the whole range list of data. So it's D1 to D2, it's a crucial criteria. If you've just seen D2, D1 has the heading which you're going to be filtering on. So that's linking together, if you like, the combo box with a macro for advanced filtering. Last of all, we've got a simple clear filter, and once again this is assigned to a macro. The macro this time is called clear filter. You can see there, clear filter, subroutine at the bottom. We've got some clever little error text there, so that if you were to press clear filter when there's nothing to clear, it would still work and would not give you an error. So let's just try that once again. We're going to go into drop down arrow, February, clear the filter, and it all hangs together.